Good afternoon. This is Veterans Talk. It ain't nothing but a thing, but it's a thing we want you tuned into every Saturday afternoon. I'm Elson McGee, your host, and I'm here today with my brother in Christ and my partner in the community. I'm gonna put it like that because, see, when I say partner in crime, they think that I'm up to my old habits, right? I'm not. I repent it.
Yeah.
I'm away from all that. What we're talking about, this show, this is the last show for 2024.
Yeah.
And what we have tried to do ever since we started the show was make sense out of a sensitive situation called the plight of veterans in the USA, and the USA with the plight of veterans. Now, I read recently, Tony, that the VA said homelessness is among veterans is going down. But then I read another report that homelessness has increased 19% nationwide.
Right.
So I'm trying to see now. We've been up under this misinformation thing for a long while. People putting out misinformation, and I was concerned when we got our report. The report that we have been for 3 years complete this year, but for 2 years they gave a report that we had given out $2 million in the community, right? And you know how nosy I am. I went counted the vendors, right? So this term they got 24 vendors. Now that's over the 15 they had last year, and I think the 11 they had the first year. Now, they didn't give out any more money because we hadn't showed any kind of impact. We hadn't went back to the commissioner and said, okay, this program is working fine, except for this, that, or the other. We're supposed to be advisors to the commissioners, right? So we haven't had a personal meeting with the whole commission since it started.
Yeah, exactly.
And the other part about it was never legally consummated right, so it shouldn't have been giving out any money. But we got usurped by some forces that just wanted to see the project fail. So they got in there and they did the manipulation and gave it back to the bureaucrats to run, to organize, to actually to approve who gets the money.
Exactly.
We had, I think the way they set it up, you had 5 people from the commission, which was never properly legally constituted because it was supposed to be 2 members from each district, right? Which would have gave us actually 7 districts, so it gave us 14 members. We never had 14 members. All of this, the commissioners never really appointed, and then some of those that appointed, they just grab somebody and appoint them. There's no criteria that they use to select the veterans that were supposed to be representing veterans in that district. I'm offended. I'm gonna tell you, I'm offended because I thought it was gonna be a volunteer, organized panel of veterans and veteran providers, right? That was gonna, be basically on this commission, and we were gonna be able to look at how this veteran service program worked with 3 categories, right? You got 3 categories that it was legislated to do. So we got this organizational legislative body, right? They gave us a body to carry out the program. Now, I know we made our reports, but this was the first report that I seen from the commission, right? Saying we had in 2 years, right? In 2 years, 2022 and 2023, we had serviced 4,755 veterans. I don't know that. I can't see that. I don't know when we did that, how we did that, because we just got the list of the vendors this year. We just got a list provided to the commission this year, and they funded 24 vendors. 21 of those was for homelessness.
was supposed to be for homelessness.
Well, they got the money. I don't know what they, you can't, listen, when you talk about tax dollars, right? You talking about, we spent time to make sure that we got tax dollars allocated to address these issues, right? And our commissioner got it done, got it set up. Pitts and all of the crew came. We got on the news media making a big show of it, and here we are, 3 years later. And we can't, I can't anyway, advise the commissioner on anything other than the organization was never allowed to be consummated the way it was legislated. And therefore, all of the activities thereafter, could not be monitored, right? Directed, with any conversation from the districts. I never had a conversation about it, and I think I probably missed one meeting.
Maybe.
Yeah. I was probably coming in late on that. I just don't miss no meetings. If I got a meeting, I'm gonna try to be there. And I don't think you miss no meetings, right? They didn't talk to us about none of this stuff until it was done. Matter of fact, let me say this. We'll back up a minute. When this first started out, they just had 501c3 organizations in there.
Right.
I said, oh, wait a minute, hold it. Let's get some law in this order. And so they went back and they put the 50C 19s in, which is Veteran Service Organization. But never reached out to any of the Veteran Service Organization in Fulton County to see whether they had veterans on there in their membership that wanted to be on this commission. They just grabbed somebody that said they was a veteran. One of the things that I'm witnessing now with Vietnam Veterans of America, I've been in Vietnam Veterans of America since 1986, right? It started in 1978 when John Kerry, who later became a senator, they came back, and they was offended by the way we were being treated. I was spit on after I got wounded in combat, coming back home to protesters. We never got a parade. I thought I would get a parade coming back to and got egged. You know what I'm saying? But it's okay. We still him. We still him. But and trying to get Barack when he became president did something no other president had done. Jimmy Carter and I think Clinton pardoned the draft evaders. They did. I ain't got no problem with that. I mean, they. I like the way Muhammad Ali stood up and say, I ain't got to go because I'm a conscientious objector, and went through the process of the Supreme Court and proved it. That's the way this is supposed to be. This is a democracy. You got a right to say whatever you cannot be made to serve against your conscious interest objections. That's law. So we okay with the parties, but Barack was the only one that stood up and said, listen, the way they treated Vietnam veterans and Vietnam era veterans, it was a shame, and we're gonna make amends for it. And he set up it was 2012. He set up the 50th year commemoration of the Vietnam War, where every governor in the country was giving out thank you for your service kind of things. I went all over the state of Georgia, man. So old men's cry. Because they were so thankful just for, listen, you stop calling me a baby killer and, crazy. Y'all done Rambo'd us all this time. But now, somebody come along and say, listen, man, the way y'all treat these folks, and y'all know y'all treated them bad. The government treated them bad. The citizen, the community treated them bad. So make amends for it. So they started this thank you for your service. Now it done got to be a cliche. It don't mean nothing. It's just something they say because it was a government policy. We make policies. They make policies. This is what democracy is all about. You can get your government to speak to your issues and your community with your tax money. Patrick Henry put it like this when he was talking about the colonists, right? taxation without representation is no longer acceptable.
Mm-hmm.
And that started the American Revolution.
Yep.
Now we are in a predicament where I'm, I don't know whether going to that emergency room was all my anticipation of what finna come. January 21st,
Mm-hmm.
gonna be a dark day in this country, because it's gonna be chaos, right? We have elected a racist. Just face fact. I thought Lester Maddox was a showman.
Right.
This boy that we didn't got to elect. This boy is a cold showman. He's more crafty than the devil himself.
Yep.
He's just crafty, man. Why he had everybody looking at this during the election, the billionaires were lined up behind him, buying, making sure they were buying all the votes that they needed to get. Now the unions, you saw that little thing with the unions, how they wouldn't endorse Congress. Now they endorse the devil, and Musk already said that he ain't gonna be kidding about no unions. So they ain't gonna increase no wages. They ain't gonna decrease no prices.
Right.
They ain't got to. They in power now. You've been bamboozled. We just got to understand we've been bamboozled. But getting back to where we need to be at with this commission, we're making our final report because January 1st, all of the seats are vacant. That's law. All of them are vacant. I would like to see him reappoint us and some of the other commissioners that's on there that doesn't tolerate this mess. Some of them, one of them walked out because he said, I ain't even participate in that.
Right.
That kind of stuff. Marzel, I got to give it to him, the boy up there and John Creek. I got to give it to him. He was there at the announcement for the project with us. Because when the commissioner called us, he called them too. So he knew what the commission thing was all about, and he sat there and tried to participate in it. And then he asked some heavy questions. But the last time he asked questions, he said, "Peon is over Atlanta."
Yeah.
No, I ain't doing this no more.
Yeah.
Because what has that got to do with the three categories that you've been legislated to do?
Right.
I said, good God Almighty, man.
Yeah.
I said, it wasn't just me and you talking. Because sometimes me and you be talking about stuff ain't nobody else talking about. So, we had to honor that. But then when we hear them talking about it, and then, he just said, I'm going back. I ain't dealing with this no more. He didn't even finish his term.
Yep.
We need those kind of guys to be on the commission. Why you gonna run people away that already in the community doing stuff with veterans, for veterans, not to be on this commission, not to be involved with this commission that they set up for veterans. It's the Veteran Empowerment Commission.
Yep.
Not the bureaucrat Empowerment Commission who made the decisions to give out money to pimps.
Yep.
And I'm telling you, go ahead, man.
But
I'm gonna shut up because I'll make somebody mad in a minute.
But then we need to make somebody mad. And by doing so, hopefully we'll make them aware of the faults of this commission. If they're angry enough, hopefully they will look into fact. Well, is there some truth to what he's saying? And let's figure out if there's some truth to what he's saying, and hopefully they will try to correct it.
Yeah. See, and I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of people don't see what some of these Republicans think Trump gonna do with cutting the bullshit out of government. And this is where they look at a lot of bullshit in the government. Right? That should be cut. You shouldn't be spending tax money on things that ain't working for the people. That just should be the bottom line. Now we know Trump ain't talking about that, But it sounds like that to some of the people that's supporting him. But when they see what he's actually doing, they're gonna have, that'll handle itself.
Yeah.
They're gonna handle itself. But we're gonna have all this chaos come January 21st. That meaning that the federal government ain't gonna do nothing, and state government are trying to take away your rights. Now, you know what state rights was? That was slavery. And you know who made minimum wage laws? Who got the lowest minimum wage law in the country? Georgia. $7 and what, 25 cents?
Yeah, $7.25, I think.
That's you. The rent can't be paid with that, bruh. You can't take care of your kids. Listen, I don't want to see my grandbabies working 40 hours a week and can't pay the rent, can't pay the phone bill. They calling me. They coming at what I got, because they working. They ain't standing on the corner. They ain't running around in circles. They working in these Walmarts and UPSs and all these billionaires that supported Trump.
Yep. That are paying minimum wage.
They ain't paying a livable wage. We know that. Because, listen, I know they can't live off of it because I'm watching them.
Yeah.
I'm seeing, I know my kids working 40 hours a week, sometimes working more than that. And they can't pay a rent. Yeah. Rent in this city, right now, a 2-bedroom, I'm going to say, and I can't say the Bluff because they're in the Bluff no more.
No.
I can't say the Bluff. Let me see where I can go. That's really cheap. Cleveland Avenue around there.
Yeah.
$1,200 a minimum. 2-bedroom.
Yeah.
$1,200. If you can get that. Now, I'm talking. I'm trying to be really fair, right? Now, I know it's $1,600-$1,700 in most places. But if you bargain with some of these folks, you might get one for $1,200. They don't want nothing. You probably want to stay in long, but you're there. You ain't on the streets. They are, and our people got to stop thinking that government cause inflation or not, right? Government don't sell nothing. It's businesses that causes inflation.
Yep.
It's businesses that don't want to pay you a livable wage, and they got government backing them with it. That's what happened. That's why these clowns want to take over government. You can watch all of the stuff that Trump gonna be trying to do with the federal government is privatizing. You know what privatization is? It goes to their business. They doing the government services. VA exams. Perfect example. When he was in power before, he privatized the VA exam and created community care, right? Where you can go out to the doctor. Man, I went out there to the doctor, man, they didn't cut the stuff off the same day I got through the doctor. So I'm trapped without care.
Yep.
It's a business. It's only lasts so long and then they cut it off. See, when you in the VA doing their services, you adapt because it's the Veteran Administration. It was created to care for us. Now they turn that into a business. And who get the businesses? Their companies.
Yeah.
This president owns 500 companies. Who owns 500 companies that wants to work in the government? What's their motive? They want that tax dollar, that government money. They're going to get it too.
Yeah.
Why we being razzle-dazzle about the borders and all this kind of crazy stuff about, he's got us attention. Defocus.
It's a distraction.
It's a distraction.
Distraction.
And we need to
everything that's
talk
going on.
About it.
Yeah.
We need to stop talking about how Joe. Listen, only thing I could hear during the Christmas holidays from some of my family was what somebody in the family wasn't doing. Bro, man, you can't see the forest for the trees. They're victims too.
Yeah.
They're victims. And victims respond differently to their illnesses. I get a cold, I might not go outdoors. You get a cold, and you go swimming. we got to stop this, how they done turned us on ourselves. We are so divided in our community that we can't see that these billionaires are twisting the knot back to slavery. They're turning it back slowly to a slave type environment. Where are all these people going when they can't pay rent or mortgage?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where they going? We got to stop the madness. We got to stop it. It's our role, our calling to stand up to the madness. Otherwise, I was born in segregation. Tony.
I think we all were.
The young man there probably weren't. He probably missed it a little bit. You know, he probably got segregation. Yeah. At the end, you know, when they had to legalize, they called it Jim Crow at that time. You know, we got integration, but you got redlining of yeah. You know what I'm saying? And you got they didn't start with district reordering the districts where your vote can't count. Mm-hmm. You know, see, the Ku Klux left the hood and went to the suits. They Pickett Freeman. They look good every day. They look good every day.
Yeah, they took off the hoods
and put on suits
and put on the Brooks Brothers suits.
And they're the billionaires.
Yes.
Listen at some of these billionaires and how they talk and think. If them ain't the slave master's children, I don't know who is. Mm-hmm. If they ain't the slave master's children, I don't know who is. And they gonna make us think we are the problem. Mm-hmm. If we take our eyes off, you know, what they doing long enough.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, the problem with the VA, now I got some good news though. Let me get to the good news. I just talked with Dr. Coleman. She's in Costa Rica. I said, okay, Doc, that's all right. You know, everybody can't go, everybody can't take a vacation, but I'm here working. We're finished, she's finished, I'm setting up a part of her clinic as a agency, as a VA and Social Security claim program.
Okay.
Well, we're going to train people like I'm trained, right? But they don't have to be paralegal, so we're not going to make that a requirement. It would be good to be a paralegal. So we are going to focus on the paralegal schools to get people to work in the clinic.
Yep.
VA will certify anybody that say they want to be a claim agent. I had a bag, got it in my bag. I referred one of our clients to one of these agencies, right, that promised they would do medicals and they're going to do the claim. They're going to win the claim for them. They filed 22 claims. They just throw stuff on the wall and hope it stick. They filed claims, they didn't have no diagnosis. That's a no-no. Anybody in their right mind who know that you can't file a claim and win it without a diagnosis. They put 6-7 claims in there for this boy with no diagnosis. I would sue him for being incompetent. You know, for my case, you know, but I referred him to them and I got it. I said, oh man, I said I was trying to get something that I should have just kept your case. I said, I still got your case. We still going, the case is still on our desk. We're gonna straighten it out. But I was hoping and thinking that if anybody had a medical setup with their claim agency, then they could do better. So these people advertise themselves out there that they got medicals. They get medicals, right? Now, if you can't get a diagnosis, you can't get no medicals. Because, you know, the doctor can't see you more than 3 times without a firm diagnosis. They can give you a borderline diagnosis, a preliminary diagnosis, but, you know, they can't keep seeing you if they don't give some kind of diagnosis. You can't file a claim without a diagnosis. That's historically VA law. These folks filing claims without diagnosis. So we you know, we just find that out. So what we're doing, I talked with Dr. Coleman. She wanted to do that, and I told her that I would set it up for her. And the way we're gonna keep control of it, I'm gonna train the agents. I'm gonna train them. So that'll give at least 6. We're gonna train at least 6 agents for her under her medical center that I'm gonna set up as a VA and Social Security claims program.
Okay.
Where these people will be filing claims for veterans and Social Security, and got the medical professionals there because Dr. Coleman is the medical professional set up. Right? She already got a clinic, man. You went down there to a clinic, nice setup. So we'll take one of those offices for the claim program, and the other one's gonna be online. Online. We do most of that stuff online. You can do intakes online. Telemedicine should teach us a lot.
Oh, yeah.
That they taught us a lot. I do a lot of stuff online. It saved me gas. And you can do it on your cell phone. FaceTime. Talk to them, watch them, just right there on your phone. So we're gonna make it easy because Dr. Coleman got a setup where she was in the parade with us with a band, right? Now, what this band is not just a band that goes. She go to people's homes that are not able to come to their office for their doctor's appointment, primary appointments, and she got a lot of specialties in her group, right? I mean, several different specialties. One of the specialties is a psychiatrist that gives out the marijuana cards, and I'm telling all the veterans to get it. Stop playing with it. You know that's the VA is prescribing in most states now that where marijuana is legal, it's medicinal. But you need to make it medical because under this new regime, you got to understand he's talking state rights, and you want to know how state rights look. Look at Florida governor. Now Brian Kemp is not that much better, but he's a smooth politician. Brian Kemp is a smooth politician. He acted like he was gonna stand up against Trump, didn't he?
Yeah.
So he's a hypocrite.
He like everybody else bows down.
Yeah, he's one of them kind. So we know. But what state rights look like is that the police go back to dogging out young black men and getting away with it. All of them was upset with George Floyd. Everybody was upset with that. They thought the police should have got away. And that you got to remember that that's what state rights are, and they pushing everything back to the states, pushing it back to the state. So what we got to do is start voting, right? Organizing and community voting. Stop the madness. Vote, register to vote, and run people locally. Governorship coming up 2025.
Right.
Georgia governorship coming up. Why we ain't talking about governors?
Yes.
Why we ain't talking about getting them snakes out of the Georgia Dome? We got to stop letting these people distract us and get organized to deal with their fuss. We know what to do. We know how to do it. And we can't just let them listen, man. I was trying to get in Crows the night before Christmas. After I got out of the hospital, not the night before Christmas, Christmas Day. I mean Christmas Eve. Before I went to the hospital, I wanted to go in Crows. Man, this stuff was so packed, so convoluted. At Walmart, so packed and so convoluted. I said, man, I'm not getting involved with these folks. These folks mad. They'll kill each other to go spend their money. They'll kill each other to go spend money on something that they should be not spending money on. This should be a time where people come together with family, get to know family, reconnect with family. Look at the problems that they got within their families, dealing with those problems as a family, as a community. Now they got us talking about, well, I guess they think because Trump can finish be president, they're going to have more money, right? Mm-hmm. They're going to have more money, but the price is going to go up. Watch you see what tariffs do.
Yep.
Watch you see what tariffs do. I mean, we ain't got, listen, my great-grandbaby is just in the, I got one going to high school, though. Man, I'm getting old. But I got one that's finished start school. She know better than that. She know that tariffs gonna increase what she get, what she buy, what she go to the store and get. Yeah, they gonna let you make more money, but everything gonna cost you more. And they're gonna explain it to you. Well, we couldn't reduce the prices, but you're making more money. But you ain't gonna be making no livable wage.
Yeah.
Cause see, with us, they got we get 3%, 3.2% in cost of living increase, Kenny.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, that ain't nothing.
Oh no.
That ain't nothing.
Look at how eggs going up.
Man, not just egg, milk too.
Yeah.
And they ain't started let them start messing with Mexico and kind of putting all them tariffs on folks. Mm-hmm. They gonna go up, man. You ain't gonna be able to. Some people ain't gonna be able to afford milk or real eggs.
Yeah.
You gonna have to go to them powder eggs, you know. Which no, man. Listen, this is Veterans Talk. What we trying to do is generate, create, provoke dialogue. Because we bringing real information. We ain't bringing no fake news. This is real information. What we're talking about. When you look at the VA saying that homelessness among veterans going down, but the other reports say that homelessness period is going up. Somebody lying.
Yep.
And I think it's VA. Because I'm getting claims back from the VA where VA is attempting to reduce benefits. They ain't trying to increase benefits. I mean, I'm gonna tell you what. The only claims we're getting back kind of solid right now is the DICs, and they coming too slow. DICs is when you die and your wife gets your benefits, right? She gets your benefits. Your wife gets your benefits when you die. And with us, now I've had some that went right through. I ain't gonna lie, but most of the claims that I'm getting, they come to us already denied too. So that takes a time period. But most of the claims that I'm getting takes 1 to 2 years to get it turned around for these folks. And you know now, and I try to tell everybody, if you're married, make sure your wife is on your dependency. Make sure she understands what you got, so it won't be she don't know what to do when you go. Cause she's gonna go somewhere. You ain't meant to stay here. Get over it. You know, communicate to your family about your benefits. You know, if you got a child that you know ain't gonna go into your bank account and break you, you need to put them on your bank account. You know, I ain't put my daughter on my bank account. I put my grandbaby on my bank account, but they ain't put my daughter on there. You know, but you know, these are things that makes our way through the bureaucracy hard, because we don't prepare for it.
Yeah.
You know, they don't know where your paperwork is. They don't know what your income is. Get over it.
Yeah.
Get over it. Stop the madness. If you're gonna stop the outside madness, you got to stop the inside madness first. You got to stop the madness that we do. And sometime, like Tony, we got a membership meeting coming up. Now, I'm telling y'all, if you don't come to the membership meeting, don't call me after the membership meeting. Because, see, the membership meetings are designed to update you, to make sure that you getting what you got coming, or if you need something done. You know, you gonna call me after the meeting, I done already scheduled other folks. I already got other folks scheduled in here because you didn't show up at the meeting. And then you think that I'm being hard, I'm being mean. I'm not being mean, I'm just being realistic. I can only do so much. and I try to do it through the order that we got. Getting intakes. Now I can do an intake on the phone. I don't have no problem with doing the intakes on the phone. But you should have a problem with not coming to a meeting. They're on Saturdays. The meetings are always on Saturday. Always the first Saturday of the month. In the middle of the day.
Yep.
Because, we ain't do the night thing. The meeting started at 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock is over. So you ain't got to feel no whole day to come down and do the camaraderie stuff, and let us know what you need done. Or how can we support each other? Because we're going to need to support each other with this man in charge. Because it's a rippling effect. It's a rippling effect. You can see what he just did to the colleges, man, with the Supreme Court, the affirmative action. The enrollment in Harvard Law School went down because they can't get no money. They can't get the scholarships. And then they're going to make it so we ain't going to be able to, most of them can't get no loan no way because we got bad credit. They got that on us.
Yep.
So we got a lot of things that we can work on because we need to expose. Now that's something else we need to expose. Those credit bureaus. We shouldn't be held back because those credit bureaus, all of them got misinformation. And they tell you that's a whole nother program.
That is. But that's a major program.
Yeah.
Because it directly affects your income with or without credit.
With your benefits, Tony.
Yes,
with
your benefits.
Because see, the way the VA got it, you're eligible for a business loan, right? But you got to have a 740 credit score to get there. You're eligible for a home loan, right? No down payment, but you got to have a 600 credit score to get there. And you can walk through our community, and you probably might find 2 people with a credit score of 640 or better. If you talk about 700s, you're in the wrong place. We need to deal with all these issues, man, because these are the issues that controls us.
Those issues directly affect your livelihood.
Every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Because you ain't got no peace when you ain't got no money. When you ain't paying the bills, you stressed out.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna calm it down. Yeah. I'm gonna calm it down a little bit. But we trying to make sure that you understand. Listen, this show is about information, motivation, and assistance. That's what we do. Give you the information.
Yeah.
Try to get you to accept it, and show you how to do it. Show you how to get it done.
One other factor that's coming up, particularly not in the next election, is our senatorial seat.
Senatorial
seat is going to be up.
It's going to be up.
And his primary person that he is working against, Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yeah. Now that's on the Republican side. But see, she is with the gerrymandering.
Yes.
With the gerrymandering.
Exactly.
And with the manipulations, she could probably win.
Exactly.
Unless we start now, Tony.
Yeah.
Thank you. Man.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, man.
This is something, don't wait until it's election time to start presenting the information about those people who are running for office. But then the wonderful thing, I'd venture to say very few people are aware of the fact that she will be a candidate for that senatorial seat.
She's running. She's already done announced it.
Yes, she's
already organized.
But everybody's not listening, and they don't start listening.
They caught up in the distraction.
That's it.
Thank you, man.
He is an art. He's an artist in distracting people until at the last moment, and you'll hear people. I didn't know she was running. You didn't know she was running because you haven't been listening to the news.
You haven't been listening.
The interesting thing about this is you don't have to read about it. I mean, it's in the news.
In the news regularly.
Yes, and so once again, we need to start vetting these people running for office.
And if we want to keep ourselves there, we need to start organizing to do it.
Yes, even now.
Right now.
Yes.
And that's the truth. That listen, I'm hoping, man. I'm hoping that veterans talk is getting out there because the stuff that we're talking about, and again, when we have these guests on here, the stuff that they're talking about is what's needed in our community today, right now.
Yes.
Because if you don't get this, you're gonna miss something, and the something you miss gonna cost you more than you can afford.
Yeah.
It is, because right now we got to look at, they talking about cutting Social Security. Now we need to look and see what they talking about cutting.
Yeah.
Right, because some of the stuff need to be cut, but you can believe that what they're gonna cut is gonna hurt us.
Yes.
See, that's why I said that we were gonna start a Social Security claim clinic with the VA claim clinic, because see, I ain't never advertised, but I do the Social Security claims too. I just been doing them for veterans, right? But since we're going into the community with the Sons of Atlanta project, we're gonna start doing them for non-veterans as well. You know, so that we can have a unity in the community. We're gonna help the community where these guys came from get what they do from our government. Because
and what their families will do.
What their families will do.
Yeah.
Cause see, you know, we had some people killed, right? Some of these same guys that had a baby.
Right.
And, the family didn't even know that they was eligible, that child was eligible for benefits for the rest of their life. They just took their little $10,000 policy and went away.
Yep.
Then so the child grew up and got grown and never get none of them benefits. Benefits would have been a check every month and schooling.
And the families didn't know
that
the dependent of those veterans were due benefits.
My mama was my beneficiary to the day she passed. To the day she passed. And see, because we don't, us, black men, you know, and especially in our generation, it's just something about sharing the information with their family. It's just something about they just don't want to share that information like they're gonna be around forever.
Yeah.
You know, so they don't share that information. My information is shared. Like I had to straighten my daughter up because when we was talking about my life insurance, right? She was talking about all that. How she gonna bury me? I said, no, we ain't gonna put no money like that in no ground, man. And she said, what you gonna do, Dad? I said, I'm gonna be cremated. Oh no, you can't be cremated. How we gonna be? I said, gone is gone. I don't care how you gone. Right? You know, gone. You know how it's just what the cost of gonna be for you.
Yes.
And I got it set up, so I just said, okay, you ain't got nothing to do with this. The funeral home gonna pick you up, and they're gonna drop you off, and they're gonna give you the change from that policy.
Yeah.
Then you take the other policy, and y'all can go mess it up if you want to. You don't care what you do with it, because I'm gone.
Yeah.
But I don't need to be put in no casket. Spending on $10,000 to put me in the ground.
Right. Yeah.
Don't make sense to me. You know, but you know that it's an issue in our family, and what veterans can do, they can go to the Department of Burials. I know y'all don't like to go there.
Yeah.
Go to the Department of Burials, set your whole stuff up now. You can set it up yourself.
Yeah.
And tell them once you set it up, they got to follow it because it's in writing.
It's it.
You get it. You can organize it just the way you want it. And those of us with that $10,000 VA policy, don't be hoodwinked with the new policy that they're saying they're gonna give you $40,000, but then they take away that $10,000, right? Now, I read where they say they're gonna give you the value of the $10,000 policy. But you know, you ain't paid no premium in that $10,000 policy. So what they're gonna give you is not gonna be the whole $10,000.
Exactly.
So get over it. Don't let them folks take that $10,000 policy away from you, so you can have a $40,000 policy that you got to pay for. You know, so you look like you leaving them with more, but you're really not.
You're not. Yes. No. Once again, bamboozled.
Bamboozled. See, and we got to make sure the information is out.
Yeah.
Now once we start, listen. Well, let me go here, Tony. You know we having a meeting in the park on the 8th with the commissioner. Now, if you notice the email, you read the email I sent.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
The email came from him. They want to have him.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Okay.
Now, if you read the fine print on the email, he's saying we're gonna start at the site, not the conference room like we did before. So now, if we're going straight to the site, they obviously have completed permitting. Right, because there was permitting
Right.
the last time we was there, and they had to get the site. So they're gonna start at the site this time. So it tell me. He said, and answer any questions we got. So my first question, when can we have the groundbreaking? That's going to be my first question, because obviously they would be coming back this soon if they weren't ready to talk about the groundbreaking. And now with the groundbreaking discussion going on, I'm telling everybody they need to buy their brick if they're going to buy a brick. Because see, we opening this up to the whole country. It's not just Atlanta, Georgia. It's Vietnam Veterans of America. It's our legacy. These guys on the wall in D.C. They're on the Sloppy Floyd wall. So they got buddies all over the world, all over the country. So it's I'm opening it up because we got 12,000 slots to sell. We only got 12,000 slots. So that's not a whole lot of slots when you look at you got more than 1 million Vietnam veterans still living. And we got contact to all of those veterans all across the country because we are a member of Vietnam Veterans of America, so they're running the brick sale. The Veteran Coalition Foundation is running the brick sale. You know, we're running the brick sale through all of the major organizations that have Vietnam veterans in it because this is about our era. It is about our history. So we are opening up this porch where you can get this engraved brick with your name on it or the name of anybody you want to put in this memorial. It'll be a part of the foundation of this memorial in Piedmont Park forever. So, and you go to the website now, sonsofatlanta.org, sonsofatlanta.org, and you can purchase your brick 24/7, sonsofatlanta.org. Now, I see JoJo just raised the picture of the memorial up on the screen. This is what your brick will be. This is where your brick will be, and this is an open air memorial, and it is designed to honor the 240 plus young men from Atlanta, Georgia, and 8 other cities in Fulton County: East Point, College Park, Hatesville, Fairburn, Alpharetta. You know, the whole Fulton County that at that time. Now these are only cities. Like I think got three or four more cities since that era.
Oh yeah.
So
right.
it's about 15 cities in Fulton County now. And John Creek got the memorial, that replica of the National Memorial. Now what our memorial is so unique, we are specifying hometown, home community recognition. These guys are from Atlanta. They're from Washington High School, from Turner High School, from Price, from Archer, from Douglas, from all of the
North Side,
all of the high schools that was in effect at that time. These guys are from those high schools. So in Piedmont Park, we're gonna give them their parade. So the dedication program gonna start off with a parade around Piedmont Park because my best friend Lewis was a guy that I went to Washington High with. Walked to school with every day. And Roosevelt Townsend was from Montgomery, Alabama. Where I found out after his demise that he was not actually from Montgomery like a lot of other people. He was from a little town right next to Montgomery. So, but anyway, these guys was guys that I knew would want their parade. When we come back home, we were looking for this ticker tape parade or welcome them. So we're gonna have a parade to start the dedication ceremony. It's their parade. We're gonna give them their parade. It just might be right around Piedmont Park area, We might start downtown. I don't know what we can talk the mayor into doing, but we're gonna give them a parade, and that's gonna be the beginning of the ceremony. And we're gonna have all these high schools in Piedmont Park, all these peoples of color in Piedmont Park. Mix. It's a mixed memorial because it's not just a black memorial; it's a veterans memorial. We're talking about all the veterans that was killed during that time period. Now, so that's why the brick is so important, and we know these 12,000 bricks are not going to last long because we finna get started. Once we do that groundbreaking ceremony, it's going to be a news all over the country. So the brick sales going to skyrocket right then and there, but it's only 12,000 slots, first come, first serve. Once the 12,000 slots are filled, there's nothing we can do to get you a brick. So,
Yeah.
it's the ends, caboose.
Yeah.
So we're asking you now to go to the website because it's set up right now. You go on the website. The bricks start at $100 and go up to $1,000, depending on what you want on your brick and how close it will be to the actual memorial platforms. Now, some of them will be actually inside of that platform, and those are bricks will cost up to $1,000. And the others will be coming out the runway, and there's 2 runways to the memorial. Now, this memorial is on Piedmont Avenue between 12th and 14th Street, right on the front lawn.
Right.
So anybody going down Piedmont gonna be able to see this memorial. So on the 8th, we'll be out there with the commission reviewing the memorial for the last time before we have to talk about groundbreaking. They have a groundbreaking ceremony where the mayor and city officials and some of the cities will be there to just do a symbolic groundbreaking where construction will start. You know, that means they're going to build it, they'll start building the memorial. Now, this is an open air memorial, it's not like a building. It's probably take 60 days and they'll be finished. We want to have the bricks sold and back to these guys. We got a company that can get the bricks back to the site within 30 days. So we want to sell these bricks because we don't want to slow down this construction. We don't want to let them slow it down because so if we don't sell the bricks, it won't be no bricks to sell until next Memorial Day. Right? I think he said Memorial Day or Vietnam Day.
Yeah.
It'll be some entities there where we can sell bricks, but why do it now?
Yeah.
But let's do it now. Let's just finish this now. Because we got some other things that we need to be doing in the community with this memorial. We're going into the libraries and community centers with help and information stations that similar to what we do here, making sure, but there'll be somebody there to actually help you navigate the stuff that you're going to be needing in the community. If you need some funding for repairs of your homes, if you need some transportation stuff, the things that the community needs that the Food and County Commission has funded will be in the community centers where you can reach it in every one of these areas where these guys came from.
Okay.
To improve the quality of life. Go ahead.
Yeah. So we're encouraging everybody, just like Reverend McGee said, to go out, purchase that brick. But we also want you to be a part of the conversation that we have every Saturday here from 4 to 5 o'clock on veterans and basically things that affect veterans' lives, veterans' family lives, and if it affects all of that, guess what? It also affects the community. So we're a part of that community, and we want you to come and participate. So every Saturday from 4 to 5 o'clock, right here on I always get hit. Status Network. I freeze every time. Status Network, and talk about the things that are affecting you as a veteran, your family as a veteran, and the Atlanta community as a veteran. So next Saturday, 4 o'clock, right here on Stylus Network. Be here, bring your topic, and let's talk about it. Share it with the community.
And remember, we're not just a talk show. we are an organization. We actually help people every day with the claims and well, with the homeless stuff that I'm kind of mad with back now. But you know, we do more than just talk on Saturdays. We work every day in the community to make sure that veterans and their families and the community is getting what they need to grow and to be safe. Now, one of the things that we're going to be talking about in 2025, these war weapons in our community, they got to go. So get ready for this conversation because we're going to have it. And it's going to be more than a conversation because there's going to be a movement to make sure that we decrease and get rid of these war weapons in our community. There's no need for AR-15s and automatic weapons in the community. Now, I'm a gun enthusiast myself. So I'm not talking about people not having guns. You're welcome to have your gun. But you need to be responsible for your gun, too. You put your gun somewhere where your child get killed, you need to go to jail.
Yeah.
You know, period. You know, because I'm going to tell you something. I was in infantry in the military. They issued me my weapon. If somebody else got it and did something with it, I was responsible for it. Yeah. We need responsible gun owners in our community. Yeah. And we can talk about that. You know, you can be a responsible gun owner without the government getting involved with you talking about taking away your right. We ain't talking about none of that. We talking about community safety. It's next week. We're going to be doing the same thing we're doing today. And next week, we're probably going to have some guests. And we like to have guests. Because, see, one of the things that this is veterans talking to veterans and the community about all things veterans and the community. As Tony pointed out, we are a part of the community. And I would like to say that we are an asset to our community because of our veteran experience. I know every veteran I know is a hard worker, busybody. Every one of them I know, Tony, you know, they got their own little thing because that's the way they roll, you know, but we do it in the community. So next week we'll probably have one of those veterans here, Ray Tatum, getting off ground zero. He's an entrepreneur. Now he's on vacation. I know you're looking, Ray. But y'all went on vacation this year. Me and Tony going on vacation this summer. So
as soon as this memorial is built.
As soon as this memorial is built, we're gonna take a vacation. We're going out somewhere and might go fishing. Do something. But until next week, we are ending this.